What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at some Legion sleeves for Magic the Gathering cards, or, any other playing cards that you may want to use. I was referred to these by a friend, and I got some really good reviews, so I took a look online, and I found some TriForce sleeves. So we'll open them up, we'll analyze the quality, we'll take a look at what they look like on a normal deck, and then we'll also see how they interact with KMC perfect size sleeves as well. Alright, so, in this video, or this chunk, we're just going to take a random assortment of cards. So I'm just going to grab a handful. I don't even know what cards I have. Probably a bunch of junk. Yeah, just some junk commons I got lying around. Alright, so, let's first take a look at the sleeves, look at the quality, and everything else like that. Alright, so opening it up, it's in another package, so we'll open from there. So, as this says on here, these are standard sleeves. You get 50 in a package, so I bought 2 packs to give me 100. I'm going to use these for a commander deck. They're double matte finish as well. Alright, once again, they're by Legion. I'll link to Amazon if you want to try to purchase them. But, taking a look at the quality, let's see. Inside. Looks good, it's nice and clear. When you press up against it, quality goes in, and then when you remove it, you kind of lose visibility, which is pretty good in sleeves. Alright, they feel a little light. They're not as thick as Dragon Shields. Here's my Duretti deck that I'm going to eventually be pulling from. These sleeves have a little bit more of a thickness aspect to it. It just feels like stronger, more durable plastic. But I could be completely wrong. Alright. So, going through them, everything seems nice. Even without cards in them, they can almost sort of shuffle. So let's toss some cards in and practice some shuffling. Alright, when I insert the cards, they slide in. There's a little bit of a resistance, which is actually a good sign of quality because it's hugging the cards. You're not going to have air gaps or anything else like that in them. Alright, I'll just get a few more in. Like I said, these are all random cards. And that should be good enough, just to take a look at how they shuffle against each other. Alright, also noting that there is a particular thickness to these cards, which to some may be valuable, to others it might not be. When they slide against each other, it's actually a pretty good feeling. The other thing I worry about for sleeves is if you look at the corners, on occasion sleeves will break in their corners and part of it will peel away. I can actually show you some sleeves that have that issue. Alright, I have some sleeves. These are old. They're cool. I got them on eBay years ago, but it's just a cool dragon with a thing coming out of its head. But anyway, on these corners, I don't know if I can pull up the actual issue, but can't get that focus either. But on the corners of these cards, you'll often notice that you can get splitting of the design. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of see that corner peeling. Now let me try to get that focus. There we go. You can see that the design label from shuffling will come off, and it's not very appealing for sleeves. Alright, but anyway, back to these. The corners on these look promising. I can kind of aggressively flip them, and it looks like they're sealed at the corner as opposed to sealed a few millimeters from the corner. Alright, so in the next section, I'll kind of sleeve a whole deck with them, and then we'll see how they shuffle, and then we'll also see how they work with the double sleeves. Alright, so after sleeving the deck, you may notice that it's kind of leaning toward one side. And what happens is when you put in the cards, you trap a little bit of air in them, but if you give it a nice press and hold it for a few seconds, it will compress. This has to happen a few times. It happens with almost every set of new sleeves. They have kind of like a memory, and putting cards in changes that memory, and it allows air in. I'd say after a couple hours, I mean, even just leaving it in a tight-ish kind of box, you can be fine with it. So I really like the design. Alright, when you shuffle the deck, it's a little difficult. You got to get the corners nice and in. And when you shuffle it, it's a little hard to connect the cards together. Once you get to this point, it's easy, but then squeezing it, you face a little bit of resistance. Alright, but once again, these are new sleeves. They usually need to be broken in just a little bit. The shuffling also makes a nice, satisfying sound, so I'll see if we can hear that. Let's see if I can get it better on the mic. I'll do it a few times. That's that matte finish. It kind of adds a little bit of a surface to it, so when two cards rub together, they make a noise. It's nice because it gives you nice feedback. You can tell if you're bending cards when you shuffle them. At some point I'll also do a video on how to shuffle cards for a commander deck, because it's pretty hard to do. Pretty much just how to shuffle cards for any type of deck. Alright, so I like the sleeves, they're good. In the next section I'm going to double the sleeves with the KMC Perfect Fits, and we'll see how that goes. Be prepared for this to add a lot of bulk to the deck if you ever double sleeve it. But the benefit about it is, let's say that you're sitting at a table and somebody spills a drink, like a Mountain Dew. Not stereotyping. Yes, I am. But if somebody spills a drink, at least your cards have a double sleeve attachment to it. Alright, so in the next section, I'll show you how to do it, and, we'll just see how it looks, how it shuffles, how it overall behaves. Alright, so we're going to take a look on how the KMC, the double sleeves, works. I'll show you the process of double sleeving your cards, show you what these sleeves look like, and like I said before, it just prevents from anything spilling like soda or even water damage. It just gives you an extra level of defense, because let's face it, if your cards are face down like this and water comes up and hits it, it's going to get inside the sleeves. And if you're anybody like me who has an unhealthy spending habit with these cards, losing a large investment can be very annoying. So let's look at these sleeves and see how it looks on the deck. Alright. Opening up these. These are also really cheap. I think I got 2 packs of these for like $6. The Legion sleeves, I believe I got for 10 or 11. Alright. These are not exactly high quality sleeves either. Like, I wouldn't run a deck with just these, because they're built to just fit the cards and then go into a more protective sleeve. So we'll start with Duretti. Alright, you usually want to take your card out, take the sleeve, find out where the opening is, right here. Alright, you insert your card in upside down, make sure there's no dust or anything, and then the opening is down here at the bottom, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the sleeve with that end going into it. And it kind of forms like a clamshell design almost. It goes around. Right, you want to insert it in. If you push, what happens is you end up just pushing the card past the sleeve and you get a little bit of leftover. You have to take it out and reattach it. So you want to put this into the sleeve and then carefully bring it from both ends. Once you get to the end of it, you need to slide your finger in and insert the sleeve into there. Now, this is going to trap a lot of air in it. You can actually see a lot of the air is pushing up on it. It makes the card look a little bit blurry. And, yeah, over time they'll compress, but this is a situation where you need to find a good box or a good way to tightly pack the cards in. If you take, like, a fat pack or anything, and you put the cards in, you can just keep inserting cards in more and more and more until it pushes all the sleeves shut. This is the end result of my Tassiger deck. This one was able to compress fully. I'm using Dragon Shields on it, but every single card in this deck was able to be perfectly compressed, and you can see that they have a perfect fit sleeve on it as well. So it takes a while. Don't get frustrated after the first, 7 or 8 hours that your deck is like this wide, because it will be, but in time it will eventually compress. Alright, so in the last section I'll show you what the cards look like with the KMC Perfect Fits as well. It's going to look a little bulky, but the idea pretty much holds. Alright, so after 15 minutes of painstakingly unsleeving the cards, re-sleeving them in the Perfect Fits, and then re-sleeving them into the Legion sleeves, we are done. And like I told you, you can always expect there's going to be a puff of air in them. So you can see I can kind of just squeeze it to get the air out, but what's probably going to happen is they'll fill up again. Yeah, I can already feel it starting to inflate. But like I said, you put them in a box, you keep inserting cards until you can keep compressing the air out, and eventually these sleeves will be perfectly flattened. They seem to actually be responding to just being flattened, but you will see it's kind of already starting to inflate on me. But you do it a couple times, you stay persistent at it, and eventually it will eliminate all of the air. Pretty much what happens is the plastic or the material just needs to kind of settle back into its place. It has a memory of where it wants to be, and it keeps absorbing the air. Alright, so shuffling right now would probably be a nightmare, but maybe I can squeeze out the air enough and we can do that. Or I'll just stop filming and we'll come back to it in a couple hours after I compress it all out. But yeah, you can see there's definitely an increased thickness for the deck, but like I said, this is the price you pay to make sure that your cards are completely protected. Shuffling is good with this. I do like these sleeves. I'll probably end up buying some of them. They were a tiny bit cheaper than Dragon Shields, but not like to the point of where, you know, it's too good to give up on Dragon Shields. The one thing I like about Dragon Shields is they shuffle nice. They're very, very durable. I think these are durable. They're nice because they have a cool pattern on the back. The Dragon Shields are usually solid color. So, you know, we'll see what happens down the road, what I decide. But anyway, that's the review of the Legion TriForce sleeves. Overall, positive review. Time will tell how long they hold up, but like I said, I like them. Alright, so thanks for watching. If you have questions, please post them in the comments. If you like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, later.